Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name in ancient Hebrew, who the world ignorantly calls God, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Israelites. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, the Savior of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the Ruach HaKodesh is the Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of truth. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, which is the elect. So yeah, man, there. Just want to play this real quick, and I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I'll put it in the description box. Lord willing, I remember to do so. But hey, they're making, you so-called blacks, all right. But along with the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos as well, collectively the Israelites, all right, they're making the Israelites public enemy number one, and they have these, these people that they set up, okay, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of these leaders, so-called leaders in this whole movement, are bought and paid for, and they go on national TV and they make, statements that are clearly, set to rouse up people's mentality, because the powers that be, they have an agenda. They have a plan, and that plan is to bring in a police state. Okay, and with that police state, they're gonna have so-called blacks and Latinos, once again the Israelites, as being the face of terrorism. Okay, so in this video clip, what you're about to hear this guy say, is exactly the type of rhetoric that is going to cause all of Israel, to be looked at and viewed as a people that is threatening to America. All right, people that hate America and are terrorists and needs to be dealt with on a physical level. Especially now, because you got a lot of people, which when you even look at it, a lot of people that is going around and destroying these statues and monuments. You got a lot of so-called white people up in those crowds doing that. All right, but because it's in the name of quote unquote the Black Lives Matter, all right, or empowerment of black people, when they see these things happening, they're not thinking about the crowd of the people, the mixed crowd that is doing it. All they're thinking about is that so-called black people are destroying, our great nation. So-called black people are destructive. They're rowdy. They need to be dealt with, and that's why you had Trump a couple days ago said he's bringing in the National Guard to defend statues in Wisconsin and in D.C. You see, so that's a part of the plan, of bringing in this martial law, this military state, where once again the militarized police state, where the military is policing the people. Because while this is going on, you also have a lot of different cities, defunding the regular police, the police department, and you got a lot of the police departments that are just calling out or quitting. So what are they going to do? Who's going to be the ones that's going to be out here controlling, quote unquote, controlling these arsonists, combating these arsonists? Is going to be the military, you see. And when you go to the comment board, which I like to go to comment boards because this is the mindset of regular people. This is what they're asking for, man. And when we tell you that time of Jacob's trouble is on its way, and of course it's going to come upon the whole world, but it's going to exclusively and detrimentally come upon the Israelites that are not in this faith, man. All right. Actually, let me get that real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, and this is why we keep, harping on these scriptures, man, because we're trying to warn, our people of the times that we're coming into. All right. And letting you know that there is no other way to escape these things except by trusting and putting your faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because this devil is getting ready to roll on you Israelites, man. All right, and they have set up people to make these statements and to further demonize the Israelites, man. And I'm not just talking about the Israelites who know and who claim that they're Israel, like the prophets. I'm talking about all the Israel in Babylon the Great. Whether you know you're an Israelite or not, they're setting the stage to make what they deem as black people, okay, and you as Latinos are also in that as well, as being the public enemy of the state, man. Jeremiah 30, verse 7, it says, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Okay, so that day that is coming, the hell, is not going to be anywhere comparable. 70 AD is not going to be compared, is not going to, have anything on it, man, when they ransacked Jerusalem. Jim Crow laws, that's not going to be, comparable. The times that we're coming into is going to be a time that was like none other. You see, and it said as what? It's the time of Jacob's trouble, because they're painting the picture, bringing the narrative that blacks in America are terrorists, man, and they are unruly and they need to be dealt with on extreme levels. And that's why it's like, Satan always gotta fuck with stuff. Now all of a sudden it's gone, right? There, back here. So excuse the commercial. And that's why you have people in the comment boards are having this type of mindset. It says right here, Wendy Merciley says, "This BLM guy, which stands for Black Lives Matter guy, hates America and wants us gone. I think what he said is a threat to the USA." Now, I didn't play what he said yet, but I'm just giving you the narrative, the mindset of what people are thinking. All right, a lot of people, they might not come out and blatantly say it, but a lot of people, they express their emotions and how they really feel on the internet, because they can hide behind a keyboard, they can hide behind an avatar, miles away. But these are regular, your regular everyday Joe Schmoes, all right? And this is what they think, man. It says, he made a terroristic threat and yet walks free. Not good. Okay? It says, they've had their reparations, trillions since the Great Society. Enough is a freaking enough. Now I'm trying to get what I had before, because this is what we're talking about. Well, I'm trying to find it, where they're going to bring in these troops on you Israelites, man. Okay. It says, send in the active duty army and their weapons located. I guess he meant to say locked and loaded. All right. See, the active duty. So this is what they want to send on you Israelites. What else we got? Well, I can find the first one that I wanted. It says, that sounds to me like a terroristic threat. He just made and should be arrested. BLM is a terroristic group. And the thing is, when they look at so-called, blacks, once again, the Israelites, they're going to automatically assume every Israelite is for, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, man, which we're not, because we know that whole movement is all set up. Okay. It's funded by George Soros, which is one of the lower level elites, and we have no dealings. The Israelites, the ones who are prophesying the scriptures, have no dealings and do not agree with any of the agendas of the BLM. Okay, we are on the agenda of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but I'll just play this while I continue to try to look for it.
You're looking live at a shipbuilding plant in Wisconsin. President Trump said to deliver remarks there at any moment. We'll monitor it for you and see if there's any breaking news. But in the meantime, U.S. Marshals and unarmed National Guard troops on standby to help protect monuments in Washington, D.C. President Trump vowing to crack down after protesters attempted to topple an Andrew Jackson statue near the White House earlier this week. The president also threatening 10 years in prison for protesters tearing down statues in an executive order he's set to sign. And a Black Lives Matter leader getting a lot of attention for saying this when pressed about some of the violence taking place.
This country is built upon violence. What was the American Revolution? What's our diplomacy across the globe? So for any American to accuse us of being violent, it's extremely hypocritical. If this country doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. All right, and I could be speaking figuratively. Okay. I could be speaking literally. It's a matter of interpretation.
And an attempt.
Now we hear he just said. He just said what? If they don't give us what we want, we will burn down this system. I could be speaking literally or figuratively. I can be speaking literally. You see? So right there, man, that right there is causing people to view you Israelites as terrorists. All right, because once again, he's a quote unquote leader of the Black Lives Matter movement. And if the leader is talking like that, then that must mean, right, the people must think like that. OK, I can't find that one quote, the one comment that the person left. But basically what they said was bring in the National Guard to handle these to handle these people. All right. And that's why when we go into the scriptures and we tell you that this devil is going to come down with great wrath upon you Israelites, man, he's not going to spare. OK, he's not going to spare anybody. Let me get that real quick. This is the book of 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse around 73, 74. I start at 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none." Okay, and who's going to be like the madmen, sparing none? These the from the National Guard to the UN, what they call UN peacekeepers, which is really just a UN military group, all right, that are not Americans. Okay, so you're gonna be trying to they're gonna bring in foreign troops over here to handle you Israelites, man. All right, and also anybody else that is going that's going against the beast system, or they're thinking that they're uprising and doing looting or arsonists, whatever they want to call it, anarchy. They're going to be like madmen, sparing none. But what? But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And the ones that are supposed to be fearing the Lord is who? The Israelites. Okay? The ones who made a covenant with the Lord by sacrifice, the saints. So they're going to come down upon you Israelites, man. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So now they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be, you're going to be a number one target, man. Being an Israelite is going to make you a target. They're going to deem being an Israelite a terrorist, man. All right, I'm speaking this truth, and also talking about just being a Jake in general. All right, being a Jake in general that goes against, that have different views or beliefs. All right, or doesn't accept what Esau is doing. You're going to be looked at as a terrorist, man, and they're going to round you up. They're going to try to grab some of the elect men, okay? And they're going to throw you into prison. That's why Yahweh Shai said that the devil shall cast some of you into prison. See, we already know that these things are coming. You got a lot of Jake out here that is talking all this talk, but when the time comes to walk the walk, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, man. They're going to be like, oh my God, I'm an American citizen. Nah, they taking that away, buddy. All right? You are public enemy number one to America. You want so-called black lives to matter? Nah, that means you're a terrorist. This is Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Yeah, and we know that this devil is going to try to come and get some of the prophets, but that's when the Lord said what? He's going to set up that standard against them, man. See, the ones who have faith and trust on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, even when this devil tries to roll on us, we going to be good, man. Okay, even if we do got to get thrown into prison. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's right. So we got to be faithful unto death. Why? Going back to 2nd Esdras 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Okay? So the days of trouble are at hand, man. And you got guys, these people, all right, these agent provocateurs, these people that are bought and paid for to make statements like this, to say, oh, we will burn down the system if change does not happen. So guess what? Now you get in the notion that, hey, these so-called black people, all right, that is trying to make Black Lives Matter, okay, they're terrorists and they need to be dealt with and on extreme levels, man. That's how they're feeling. And all these statues coming down, and you degrading the system of America and their forefathers. Hey, you with the shits, you gonna be in some shit, man. You see, so I ended there. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Like I said, I'll put the whole thing, the whole video in the description, if brothers and sisters want to watch this. But, until the elect of the nation of Israel, we are to wait ye upon the Lord, man. Okay? Don't get caught up in this whole shit that Esau is trying to set up to come down, to come down on the zombies of our people. All right? We just have to just hold fast to what we have, and that's his truth. All right? So, our weapons of warfare are not carnal. But we do know that this devil is going to try to come down upon us, and we know that the Lord is going to set up that standard against him, and he's going to give us that spiritual power to be able to defend. For the Lord is going to defend us with spiritual power. Actually, let me get that real quick, and I end it with this, because it was spiritual power or spiritual divine intervention is the way that we're going to be delivered. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. See, we're going to need divine intervention because of how Esau is going to come down upon us. Because once again, he is painting the picture as Israel being public enemy of the state, man. So divine intervention, angels are going to have to stand for the children of thy people. Who is the children of thy people? The Israelites. And there should be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book, all right, the book of life, which is the elect. Only the elect is going to be delivered from these times. Okay, so we know with that, Shalom.